The gang is all here! Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Hey! Let's go! Hey!
Let's go!
All right. Preseason Warrior Summit 2023. First and foremost, thank you, each and every one of you for coming here to Fieldwork Brewing Company in San Leandro.
Yeah!
It means the world to all of us. I know I speak for everybody up here when I say that, so thank you so much for being here. And the gang is all here. Welcome, Bonta and Shasky. Morning Roast is here.
Yeah!
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Welcome, Steiny and Goo. Steiny and Goo are here. And all of you are here, and all of our thoughts on the Warriors are here as well. So without any further ado, let's dive right into this. Bonta, in many ways, on the media front, you're the face of this team. So why don't you lead us off with an opening thought on what we're looking at right now?
What we're looking at is the unknown, right? I mean, we got some four-time champs here with Steph, Clay, and Draymond. You got Kevon Looney. You have Andrew Wiggins back. We have the unknown with Jonathan Kuminga. We're waiting to see him rise and take that third-year leap. So what we have is an entertaining team, a team that's won championships. But honestly, I don't know what to expect this season. Expect the unexpected, but I think it'll be entertaining. And, hey, that's a lot better than the Giants, right? It's a lot better than the Giants. That's all we could ask for. I had to give a shot at the Giants.
Wow.
Wow!
Wow.
Yeah!
Pay the under on how long it took for Bonta to rip the Giants. Let's go to Joe Shasky. Joe, what do you got? What are you thinking?
I mean, look, this is the golden era of Warrior basketball.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I know Steinmetz was covering the team at this time, but I'm a Depression era Warrior fan. I'm gonna soak the Steph Curry era as long as I can. So, as far as I'm concerned, every year he's here is a blessing, and every year he's here, they're a contender. Until we see otherwise. Why not them? Seriously.
Hey, you guys did a great job with Joe Lacob this morning.
Yeah, you did.
What stood out to you from that conversation?
That he loves me.
Okay. All right. There
He
you
does
go.
want Shasky to caddy for him at Pebble Beach.
There
He
it
said
is.
that. The biggest takeaway, why wouldn't you want an owner like that?
He's the
a guy
best.
who's going to spin,
Yes.
and the number one priority, all we want as fans, are you going to try to win? That's all we want. Super Bowls or die trying. Finals or die trying. Joe Lacob wants to win, and that's all you want in the owner. He spins, and he wants to win. Now, will it work out in the end? Not every year, but that's all I want in the owner. And I think that's my biggest takeaway there with Joe light years.
Yeah, he's maniacally obsessed with winning, which is all you can ask for. And then, more than anything, they take big, bold risks. I don't know if Chris Paul's going to work out, but damn, it's going to be fun to check it out. I mean, the ultimate villain joining the Warriors, and you trade away Jordan Poole, who, look, I was a Jordan Poole fan, but he didn't play well at the end of last year. So they needed to shake it up. And if you're going to ride with Draymond, Clay, and Steph, well, then you had to shake something else up, and that was really the only other variable. Chris Paul, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's just see what it looks like. They need his smarts and his IQ. They might be old, but the last I checked, old teams do well in the playoffs.
Exactly.
So I'm here to see it.
All right, let's get over to Steiny and Goo with some opening thoughts on the Warriors this year. Steiny, as you said, you've been around this team for a long, long time. What are you thinking with this particular group?
With this particular group, they have a better chance of winning a title this year than they did last year. I don't think they had a shot last year in hell. I really don't. Coming off a championship, they had a lot of stuff going on. They were not going to win it last year. Stuff was going to happen. It just was, and it did. This year, I give them a chance. I give them a chance because they're really smart. They're a really smart team. They are old. But if they stay healthy, ... That's what it's all about. If they stay healthy, then how good are they?
Guru, what do you think?
What I think is, before I even get into it, I just want to give my two comrades, Bonta and Shasky, love, because that was a great, real interview this morning. You got to give them a round of applause. And everybody, every sports team or city should be envious to have an owner like Joe Lacob. And I ain't kissing ass. That was real. That's a real owner, 4 titles. He got booed. We saw all that, and look what he's built. But to that, I will never forget the Friday morning. It might have been about 5 5:48. I got up and grabbed my phone last year, and we saw the visual of Draymond punching Jordan Poole.
642, Guru.
Yeah, we were on air. Business was booming.
Yeah, so much for Football Friday.
Hey, look at you. And from that moment on, I was in denial, thinking what the Warriors have built and we experienced was the Warrior culture. But I realized how hurt I was when the dust settled after the Lakers took the Warriors out last year. They never fixed the culture. It was so bad. And now I hear Joe Lacob in the studio this morning. Stylistically, I'm not Hubie Brown, but I didn't like the Chris Paul fit. But what everybody's told and sold me on is he has brought these guys together. We got to sit down with Dunleavy. What did he say? The new GM, connectivity. So now I feel like Chris Paul is going to fix what ailed the Warriors in regard to culture, and that was the rat on the table last year. Where's my man?
Shake it.
That
Shake
won
it.
already.
Hey, good.
And that's why I think they're going to be okay. Yeah.
You realize you affected the show today. He's going to say it every time he talks. He's going to put a rat on the table with our cardboard counter over here.
The culture is going to be better and healthier.
Well, so you said something, though, that's interesting there, which I agree with, which is that we're being sold something, and there's negative connotations there. That's not what I mean. Right now, there's two sort of separate topics with that Chris Paul thing. There's the basketball side of it, and we don't know yet. But then there's the culture side of it, and the Warriors as a group, it has felt like a campaign. And they have all used that word, connectivity.
Yeah.
It's a campaign. And it feels like you're buying in.
Yeah, I am buying it. No, but listen.
No.
This is the beautiful thing about this season. You can't lie to the people, and I'm not saying they're pushing that. Chris Paul's an icon, a great. He's been the president of the NBA Players Association. I know what he's meant. But I hope they don't tap dance like Gregory Hines around what he's been. So he shouldn't finish the game, Mark, if he's not your fifth best player or he's playing that way. So I want to see what the Warriors do if they bow down, Ice Cube, if they bow down to what he's meant. Or do they say, you know what, Chris, we don't need you in here tonight to finish the game. So I'm watching that scoreboard.
That'll be a problem.
We got Game 7 tonight.
That will be a problem.
Steiny, tell
you know
why.
what?
Why?
Rightfully so.
Why would that be a problem?
Chris Paul's got to be on the floor late. He has to be.
He's got one of the smartest IQs in the history of the game.
You don't acquire Chris Paul to not be on the floor with 3 to 5 minutes to go. And the way the Warriors are looking at it, and you know, I remember you guys talking about Poole finishing, not finishing. Poole always had the first opportunity to finish. Always. Chris Paul's always going to have the first opportunity to finish, and he should.
Mark, are you skeptical? Because it sounds like you're skeptical.
Less so than in a basketball sense, yes. I'm still skeptical.
You're skeptical.
I'm still skeptical, yes.
Why?
Age and defense.
Okay.
Age and defense.
That's fair. Those are valid.
Yeah.
Concerns.
Like I'm less skeptical now about the bigger picture stuff. You know, like I even look at the six of us. Like we've had a good year here. And sometimes, you know, you look at the people in this room, whatever your family situation is, whatever your work situation is, you know when it clicks and you know when it doesn't. And if you ask, how do you make it click when it's not clicking? You can't just do it. It has to sort of organically happen. What I've noticed with the Warriors this offseason is that whatever this mixture is that felt wrong at the beginning, it feels now like it's working. It feels to me like they're buying it, but that's all preseason. The basketball X's and O's at some point this year are going to take over, and that's what I still wonder about.
Don't you think that all of their interests align? Like, whereas Jordan Poole felt like he had a career-long runway, and he had different aspirations, and I'm sure there was a ton of things baked into it. But like Chris Paul, he doesn't have many options but to get along. He's facing free agency. What's up?
Clay?
See, Clay's the interesting variable. I don't know. And Kevon Looney's been such a valuable soldier for them. Kevon Looney has taken on any role that they've asked for. I think it's very underrated. Kevon Looney is the glue.
Dan Dibs. Dibley, opening statement. Your thoughts on this group right now?
Well, the reason why you trade Jordan Poole and you bring in Chris Paul is because you want to try to win a championship. And so you sacrifice then for now. So when you're going to go for it now, it comes down to one for the thumb. And that's what Joe Lacob said to you guys this morning, that he wants to get them past LeBron James so you don't worry about the future. I'm fascinated by Jonathan Kuminga's role. If Kuminga takes that year 3 leap and becomes the kind of player that Jordan Poole became in their third year, and they stay healthy, they win the championship.